All over YouTube, there are videos calling people of mixed races and mixed backgrounds mulatto. Anytime someone is talking about a mixed person in the comment section, they'll use the term mulatto or mulatta. Growing up with a biracial mother who happens to be from the island of Puerto Rico, I was always told that the word mulatto was very offensive. My mother in particular could not stand the word. I was raised to believe that the word mulatto was just as bad as the N-word. Some of you may think, what? No, it's not offensive. It's just a Spanish word to say mixed. But that's not necessarily true. The word mulatto is specific to people who are mixed with black and white, or if you prefer, African and European. So anyone that is mixed would not necessarily be classed as mulatto because not everyone is mixed with black or white. For example, my mother could be classed as a Zambo or Zamba, which is someone that is half black and half Native American. In certain parts of Latin America, they have different terms for different races of people within the same culture. You have the Criollos, which are white people of European descent. Negros, these are black people of African descent. Nativos, which are the indigenous peoples or Native Americans. Zambo, as I said, which is someone of African and Native American descent. Then you've got mulatto, which is a term they use for biracial people, part black and part white. Mestizo, which is Native American and European mixed. And then you've got trigueño, which means triracial. So that's a mix of European, African, and Native American. So that was just to give you a little background information. Hispanic and Latino are not races, and they do, in fact, have their own racial labels and classifications. I'll put a video in the description, which will go into a lot more detail and explain that Hispanic and Latino are not races. But back to the word mulatto. A lot of people within Latin America don't view the word as offensive. This is simply because they're not necessarily aware of its true origins and meanings. And it has become so embroiled in society as part of the language that no one bats an eyelid when it's said, because of the belief that it simply means mixed. So of course, when non-Hispanics hear it being said so often, they also think it's absolutely fine to use. Even some biracial people refer to themselves as mulatto. So the word has become socially acceptable across the board. I've even heard some biracial people who think that they are better than black people say, no, I'm not black, I'm mulatto, as though the word mulatto is a badge of honor. But this is due to people not actually knowing the derogatory origin of the word. It's like the use of the N-word. There are people that, believe it or not, genuinely think the N-word is just a slang term for friend. I also have a video in the description about the N-word, so make sure you check that out. Long story short, the word mulatto is a very offensive term. It was used by the Spaniards to describe people of mixed heritage, black and white. The word mulatto also evolved from another word. The Spaniards and Portuguese used to refer to mixed Arabic people as muladi, and in essence, that word also means the same thing. So what does it mean? Why is it offensive, and why you should stop using it? It derives from the word mule. A mule is a half horse and half donkey hybrid. So when you're calling somebody a mulatto, you're calling them a mule, the offspring of a horse and a donkey. Clearly, this term is offensive, as it labels mixed children as animals and not being fully human. Most linguists or lexicographers agree that the word mulatto comes from the Spanish and Portuguese word for mule, which is written the same way but pronounced mule. The Spaniard and Portuguese of those times had quite a big issue with mixed people and saw them as dirty, tainted, and less than white people. The Spaniards believed that white people were pure humans, whilst black people were beasts, animals in fact. So they considered the offspring of a European and an African to be a hybrid of a human and an animal. So not a pure human, but a mule, a mulatto. Humans, beasts. There's a lot of irony there, especially if you know how the Caucasian race was created. That video will also be in the description too. So how did the word mule or mula come to be used as mulatto? As is the case with many Spanish words, when something is small or little, they sometimes add the suffix tto or tta. For example, chica, meaning girl, or you can say chiquita for little girl. That same suffix was added to the word mula, creating mulatto, meaning little mule. So mulatto literally means little mule. So yes, I cringe every time the word mulatto is used. I hope this gives you a better understanding of the word mulatto and why we should not use it and why it is derogatory. No, you should not try to reclaim the word mulatto. You should not be proud of the word. And if you are a biracial person who's half black and half white, you should not look at the word mulatto as a badge of honor. Peace, love, and coconut oil.
Hey man, that's racist. Please remember that from now on, brand new never before seen videos, as well as live streams, will only be available on my website, ikyg.com, via a Patreon subscription. ikyg.com is a Black-owned, Black-ran platform, 100% free from censorship. It's the only place where we don't have to worry about what we say and expressing ourselves. Make sure you check out the description and the comment section for important links, as well as information in video form that shows you what benefits you get when you support the site and join my Patreon. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, then don't forget to subscribe and be notified every time I upload a video. For exclusive content and perks, check out my Patreon. This is where we have private live streams, group chats, live Q&As, live phone calls, and open topics. This is a safe space where you can interact with other like-minded people, make friends, send each other direct private messages, and so much more without any trolls. And yes, you get to use GIFs and images in the live chats. So what are you waiting for? This is a completely independent website, free from censorship. If you'd like to make a donation towards the site so we can continue to put out the truth without fear of being silenced, then please hit that donation button. It's greatly appreciated. Check out the rest of the site for videos, private and public live streams, find out all the tea, and make sure to utilize the Black Money section of the website. Advertise your business absolutely free to people that look like you, free forever. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at angel_IKYG.